Hey, it's your friendly ex-Muslim. I'm here to yet again expose the dawah deception. So I have a clip here from Hamza of Hamza's Den, where he says any child that dies goes to paradise. It doesn't matter if they're an Eskimo, Muslim, non-Muslim. They go to Jannah, to Allah's Jannah, to the Islamic paradise. Okay, now that's interesting. So it doesn't matter what their parents are, whether they're disbelievers or believers. They go to paradise. So this clip was shared on Twitter by Socrates' son. I'm going to show you the clip. Let's get into it. Alright, let's check out the clip.
We believe as Muslims that any child in this world, whether they're Eskimos, whether they're Chinese, whether they're Hindu, whether they're atheist, if they die before the age of puberty, guaranteed paradise. Yeah, they have got no accountability whatsoever on them. It's when they reach the age of understanding and they get to choose for themselves that then accountability comes on. That's when their religion kicks in. So if they were brought up in a Christian family,
Hamza Myatt, we believe as Muslims that if any child, if he dies before the age of puberty, paradise is guaranteed. This is what he said.
So, like I said, this clip was by Socrates' son. Thank you for the clip. Now, let's get into the actual evidence and see whether what he's saying is true. I'm going to give you my take on this. Okay, so I'm going to look at Islam QA and what does Islam QA tell us? What do the scholars, the Muslim scholars, say? Obviously, the guide to the first part, the fate of the children of the Muslims, they all agree. Ibn Kathir, Imam Ahmed, Imam al-Nawawi, al-Qurtubi, they all agree that the reliable Muslim scholars agree that any Muslim child who dies will be among the people of paradise. So Muslim children, Muslim kids, the parents are Muslim, there's no dispute. Now, what about the second opinion, the fate of the children of the kuffar? The scholars differed concerning this matter, and there are several views. First view is they will be in paradise. Second view, they will be with their parents in hell. Okay, this was a view attributed to Imam Ahmed. There's another view that says they will be servants of the people of paradise. The non-Muslim kids will be the servants of the people of paradise. That's weird, okay? Then, the next view, now this is an interesting one. They will be tested in the hereafter, and whoever obeys Allah will enter paradise, and whoever disobeys him will enter hell. This is the view of the majority of Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, meaning the majority of Sunni scholars, as transmitted by Abu Hassan al-Ash'ari and is the opinion of al-Bayhaqi and other researchers. This is the opinion most favored by Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah. He said this is what's implied by the text of Imam Ahmed and is the view regarded as most correct by al-Hafiz ibn Kathir. Alrighty, he said this view reconciles all the reports and all the hadith quoted above support one another. So they basically then give the evidence from the hadith that explain that on the day of judgment, the kids, the non-Muslim kids, only the non-Muslim kids, which is weird because they haven't reached the age of majority. And according to Islam, if you haven't reached the age of maturity, you are not responsible for your actions. However, according to this hadith, these several hadith that they show, you will still be tested on the day of judgment. So on one hand, if you're a Muslim kid, you die, you go to paradise. If you're a non-Muslim kid, according to this view, you'll be tested on the day of judgment. So what was the point of this test of life? How is this fair? How does this situation make any sense that you are allowed to basically live your life and then just die and go to paradise? How is that fair? But if you're a non-Muslim kid, through no fault of your own, you have to be tested. According to the first view, eventually you go to hell. According to the first view, eventually you'll go to paradise, but there's disagreement on that. The second view is you'll be the children. The children of the non-Muslims will be slaves or servants of the Muslim adults in paradise, and I guess Muslim kids. And the third view is they'll be tested. So why would God do this? How does it make any sense that Allah would want you to go through this test of life, unfair test? If you die as a Muslim kid, you go to paradise. If you die as a non-Muslim kid, something weird happens. And this is also related to people that didn't receive the message, the same view that they will be tested on the day of judgment. So basically, Allah puts them through a test. He doesn't give them the proper message. Then he tests them again on the day of judgment. What's the point of this? What's the point of this, like, nonsense? How does this make any sense? How is this coherent? How is this logical? How is Allah fair or just? How is he al-adl? How is he any of this? How does this make sense? So there you have it, yet another problem with Islamic theology. The problem of kids dying before they go to paradise. And just to repeat, let's see what Hamza said one more time. I'm just going to show you what Hamza said.
We believe as Muslims that any child in this world, whether they're Eskimos, whether they're Chinese, whether they're Hindu, whether they're atheist, if they die before the age of puberty, guaranteed paradise. Yeah, they have got no accountability whatsoever on them. It's when they reach the age of understanding and they get to choose for themselves that then accountability comes on. That's when their religion kicks in. So if they were brought up in a Christian family.
So you can see the dishonesty here. He's picking the opinion that is not the majority opinion, but is the opinion that sounds the nicest. This is not fair. This is not fair. This is not the fair way of doing dawah. You need to do dawah and you need to tell people the proper opinion. You need to tell people, and if you convert to Islam, you will not be able to leave Islam because that's the rule, right? So anyways, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, you need to subscribe. Thanks for supporting the channel. And thank you to my patrons for your continued support, and also to the channel members. So you can also join on YouTube by clicking join now below, or you can join on Patreon, which is my preferred option, just in case something happens with the monetization. Thanks for watching. This is your friendly ex-Muslim Abdullah Samir signing out.